Welcome back to another lesson in Vedic astrology. Today I am going to talk to you on the good and bad planets, the functional benefic and the functional malefic planets for all those people who were born in the ascendant of Aquarius, also known as Kumbha Lagna. The sign Aquarius or Kumbha is the 11th sign from Aries or Mesha, the first sign. This Lagna is the only Lagna where the Lord of Lagna or the Ascendant Lord is also the Lord of the 12th house. In Brihat Jataka, Varahamira has pointed out to this defect, and that is the main reason that most people born in this Lagna always tend to give more to people than what they keep to themselves. So this is the sign of Aquarius, where you see a person having a pot and pouring water. The person is not drinking it, the person is giving to others. So that is the symbol of this sign, Aquarius. This is the first sign, Aries, then Taurus, then you go on like this, and this is Capricorn and this is Aquarius. If you're born in the ascendant of Aquarius or Kumbha Lagna, then this will be your first house. We have used a diagonal line like this so that everyone who sees this horoscope will know that this is the first house. This first house is owned by Saturn, and Saturn also rules the 12th house. The first house is a very auspicious house, and Saturn, a natural functional malefic, ceases to be a functional malefic. But more than that, because Saturn's Mula Trikona was over here, Saturn becomes a good planet. You may wonder what happened to the 12th house lordship. Saturn is also ruling at the 12th house, which is not a good house. But whenever there is a conflict like this, one good house and another not so good house, then you use this rule to decide on which is whether the planet becomes a good planet or not. So here you find that the Mula Trikona of Saturn falls here and not here. Had it been here, then it would have given more of the results of the 12th house. Now it will give only the results of the first house, and that makes Saturn the number 2 best planet. And you can see over here, Venus is the number 1 functional benefic, the Yogakaraka. That is because Venus owns the 4th house, a Kendra or a square house, and the 9th house, which is a trine, also called as Trikona. So whenever one planet owns one of the Kendras, which is 1, 4, 7, 10, and one of the trine, which is 5, 9, then such a planet becomes the best planet. And in this case, you can see here that Venus is the lord of this and this house, and Venus has the Mula Trikona over here, and so Venus will predominantly give the results of the 9th house, which is the house of fortune, and doubtlessly Venus is the number 1 good planet. And when it comes to the functional malefic, Jupiter tops the list. That is because Jupiter is the owner of the 11th house. You can see it over here, and 11th is a negative house, and therefore Jupiter is the number 1 malefic. Another reason for that is Jupiter also rules the 2nd house, a high stress house, also known as, more popularly known as the Marakasthana, the 2nd house, which usually causes great danger to life. So with all that, you can surely say that Jupiter is the number 1 functional malefic. And the number 2 functional malefic is the Moon. That is because Moon owns this sign called Cancer, which is the 6th from the Lagna, and the Moon owns only one house, so you don't have to look any further. You can straight away say that the 6th house is a bad house, and therefore Moon is the number 2. And the number 3 is Mars, a functional malefic. That is because Mars owns the 3rd house. You can see 3rd is over here, and the Mula Trikona of Mars falls in the 3rd house, and that is the reason why he is listed here. You may wonder what happened to the 10th house lordship. The 10th house lordship actually should have made Mars very good, but unfortunately what has happened is you can see that more of the 3rd house results will be delivered by Mars, because the Mula Trikona falls in the 3rd house. And when talking about the Sun is the lord of the 7th house, a Marakasthana, a high stress house. So Sun represents high stress and great dangers to the person. In that case, you may wonder why not include Sun in the functional malefic list, but Sun, the seventh lord, is not all that bad, except once or twice in life he can cause the danger to life, and at times he can give stress, which is usually part of human existence. So therefore it is not such a negative house when compared to these three. Then we have one more, which is the last one, Mercury, and Mercury is the lord of the fifth house and lord of the eighth house. So the fifth house is a good house, so you should say that Mercury is good. More of good will come from Mercury, but also sometimes on and off negative things can come from Mercury because he is the lord of the eighth house, and Mercury has the Mula Trikona in the eighth house. But throughout the series you may have noticed that the eighth house is not such a bad house. So we have covered all the 7 grahas. I hope you enjoyed this video, and in case you have doubts, please ask them, and whenever I find the time I will answer them for you.